Okay, this is the first time I'm doing this. I wanted to build a simple flashcard PowerPoint slideshow that you could use and adapt for your needs. You can copy it and then, much like I do, you copy it so you're not always starting from scratch. You copy the show and then you change whatever's in it. So if it's a vocabulary theme for Spanish, you would copy, say it's things, this one happens to be things you find in a house. Then it could be parts of the body, so you copy the whole show about the house, and then you just go in and change photos and words for the parts of the body. But you, pardon me, you're not reformatting it. You're not having to change anything major in it. You can change background colors and obviously the text, pictures, but you're not changing the transitions, you're not changing the animations, which are how things move within the slide. So I want to show you just basically how this works. You're looking on the left, you see all of the slides, and you can look at them this way. Another way to look at your slides in your show is to come down here on the bottom right where you have what's called the slide sorter, and you click on that and it lets you see all of the slides in the show at once. Now, sometimes I have 400 slides, so you have to scroll to see them all, but this one only has, you see, 20 slides. The little star underneath indicates that there's a transition from slide to slide, and I put a random transition up, which means each time the next slide comes up, it does a different thing. It just adds a little bit of variety. You could make them all do the same thing. That's done up here at the top in transitions. I'm not going to go into that. This slideshow that I'm giving you has the transitions built into them. It also has animations built in. I want to show you how to make a slide and how to duplicate it and change the text. Two different types. This type, which is the photo comes up and then the word comes up, giving you some time to guess on it. You click on it. The way this is set up is it advances by clicking or by the arrow on your computer. So if you want to look at this, let's see where it shows me. It shows me, I click and there's the next slide. I click on it and then the word comes up. So that's typically how I do my vocabulary slideshows. And I will show you, this acts as a flashcard. You can test yourself, practice, just the way it has in all the lessons that you've been looking at through the class. So let's show you how to make that. So if you wanted to go into it, and let's go to a slide on the left I'm choosing. Let's go back to this. So let's say now I'm doing parts of the body. So what I would do is I would get rid of this picture and then I would just go in here. I wouldn't get rid of it. I would just say el brazo. Okay, and then I would go online and I would copy a picture of an arm and then I'd just drop it in here, paste it. So it's all about copying and pasting. Okay, so I'm going to go up here and undo this. All the things I was doing, well, just to leave that back the way it was. So the way you saw how it operates, and you know how it operates from having looked at a number of my slideshow lessons. So let's say you're building one for yourself on some new group of vocabulary. And it could be mixed. It could be within a theme, or it could be you just mix everything. You mix parts of clothing and parts of the body and animals and fruits and vegetables. You could put in this whatever you want, or you could make each slideshow be about a particular theme, which is typically how I do it. Now, let's say I wanted to show you one thing, just the mechanics of this. Let's say, let's look at this view. So you can see I've got La Cocina here, and if you look all the way through, the last one before I change categories is Segundo Piso. So let's say I want to insert a slide here in after Segundo Piso. So I double click on it, and I go over here actually on the left, and I right click on the slide that is Segundo Piso, and I do duplicate slide. And you see the duplicate slide that has gone in underneath it. Now let me show you the other view. Going down here on the bottom right, I can see Segundo Piso and Segundo Piso. It's in there twice. Okay, so the new slide is the last slide, and I wanted to change it and make it be whatever I wanted it to be. I can type in whatever I wanted. I can take this out and I can put in a new picture. So that's how I make a new slide that will follow the animations and will act the same way the other slides have acted without my having to tell anything in the slide to do that. So that's the easiest way to add a slide. And I'm going to go down here now, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to delete the slide. So that is gone. But that is how you put an extra slide in. If you go back to this, let's say you didn't want to add one slide, you wanted to add multiple slides. So I wanted to right click. I can do it from here as well. Duplicate slide. I can right click and duplicate slide, but I wanted to show you something else. If I hold down the control button and click on this and this and this, you see they're all active, and I right click within one of them, duplicate slide. Now I have 3 additional slides. Now I'm just doing this for demo, so now you see how that's done. That means if I go into these and I change the picture and I change the text, it's still going to act the same way with the picture coming up and then the words coming up afterward. So let me do that. I click on Shift, which takes me all the way to the end of where I am, and now I want to press delete on the computer, and that will delete all those. So that is how you add or duplicate slides and add them for you to edit. Okay. I wanted to show you one more thing, because maybe you don't want to do a picture coming up and then the Spanish word. Maybe you want to do the English word coming up, appearing, and then the Spanish word coming, giving you an opportunity to come up with the Spanish word, and then it appears on the next click. It's always better, by the way, to do that, not the opposite way. You don't want to be producing English, because that's just not the way for you to get better at Spanish. You want to. So here we have the photograph of the spoon and the Spanish word for spoon. And if we run this, it shows the spoon, and then you click and la cuchara comes up. Okay? We want to now, and that's a fine way to go with learning vocabulary. But if you want to do something like this, where the English word is up and then you click and the Spanish word comes up, you can also do that. And I wanted to show you how to make this slide. Now, I'm going to leave this slide. There's only one of them. But remember, if I'm over here on the left and I right click on it, I can duplicate the slide, or I can be in the other view down at the bottom where you've got the four little squares. I can go right click here and duplicate the slide, and I can right click here and duplicate the slide, and I could make as many slides as I want. I can also click on the first one, and then I can hold down Shift and click on the last one, and then it activates all three. And then within that slide, I duplicate the slide and it will make 3 slides. If I go to the first one and I click, hold down Shift and click on the last one and keep the cursor within one of the slides that's activated and duplicate the slide, it will make that many more, and so on. So I'm going to click the last slide, and then I'm going to click the second slide holding Shift, and then I'm going to press the delete key on my, I could also right click and do delete, but the delete key on the keyboard works. So let's go to this, and we want to right click and duplicate the slide. So we have 2 of the same thing. So I go in here now, and I'm going to do tenedor. Whoops. I'm going back the wrong way, so I can delete that. I'll come down here and do el tenedor. And up here, now, you see that I've had a change in font and color. So I guess that happened at a good time. I go up to home, which gives me the print. So I want to select this. I want to go up at the top where we have our colors. I want to do bold, and I want to come up here and increase the size to whatever I want. Okay? So now we see over on the left that we've got 2 slides, one for spoon and one for fork. Okay? And then if I just right click down here in the fork slide and do duplicate, I can click on it and I can do plate, and I can come down here and type el plato. Okay, so that's doing 2-word, and let's test it. You'll see what I mean, how it works the same way as the first slide of spoon and la cuchara. Let's see. You don't want the Spanish coming up first, you want the English coming up first. Let's see if that works. There's English, and you're there at home and you're looking at this or on your phone, and you say, okay, I think it's el plato. Let me check. I'm right. Good. And you give yourself a pat on the back. That's how you do these. So I hope that the combination of these 2 videos and giving you a little demo helps. If not, or if you need additional explanation, just drop me an email, or we can get together and I can show you. You can ask me some questions like, gee, I keep trying this and you don't get it, but I just haven't found anything on YouTube that might be as helpful and as simple as the way I do it. So good luck with that. And let me save this.